Minaj saying that she's not going to make any more music is like the funniest reaction because it's like, thank you. Thank you. That's what we were asking for.
After years of calling Donald Trump out, Nicki Minaj insisted she was not going to jump on the Trump bandwagon in 2020. Now she's singing the president's praises as a full-throated MAGA supporter. So what happened?
I have the utmost respect and admiration for our president.
The rapper was effusive in her praise for President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance during an interview with Erica Kirk at Turning Point's America Fest.
He's given so many people hope that there's a chance to beat the bad guys.
The world looked very different 15 years ago when Minaj used Trump, then a private citizen and reality TV star, as an example of misogyny against women in the entertainment industry.
But Donald Trump, he gets to hang out with young and have 50 different wives and just be cool.
Minaj, who was born Onika Tanya Mirage in Trinidad and Tobago in December 1982, has been open about coming to the United States as an undocumented child. In an emotional social media post in 2018, she called out the separation of families at the border during Trump's first administration, saying, quote, "This is so scary to me. Please stop this." Things seemed to shift for Minaj during the COVID-19 pandemic. Anti-vaxxers flocked to her social media when in September 2021, she posted claiming that an unnamed friend of her cousin had, quote, became impotent after getting a COVID-19 shot. Medical experts have refuted those claims regarding the vaccine. By this year, she was reposting videos from the White House on TikTok, including one that used her Va Va Voom song as a soundtrack and touted Trump's anti-trans and anti-immigration policies. All of this led up to her appearance at Turning Point USA's America Fest.
10 million followers. Gone in 24 hours. Nicki Minaj just experienced what might be the fastest mass abandonment in social media history. And it wasn't hackers. It wasn't a glitch. It was her own fans walking away. See, when you spend 15 years building a fan base on empowerment, education, and be yourself, then show up at a MAGA rally and say that moment means more to you than your entire career, more than the fans who built you. That's not a mistake. That's a message. And her fans, the Barbz who defended her through everything, they heard it loud and clear. Today we're breaking down how someone fumbles the bag this badly, and what happens when you forget who actually got you there. Welcome back to Mind Mirror. Let's get into it.
So I'm guessing Nicki Minaj done pissed a lot of people off after she went on stage with Erica Kirk at that Turning Point USA event. Mind you, she deleted her Instagram after allegedly 10 million people unfollow her from social media. They're saying it's 10 million people. That is 10 million people in one day. That might be the largest unfollowing ever. Now, I don't know how true it is. 10 million followers seems like a lot of people. But I will say this. If she did lose 10 million followers, they weren't Barbz.
10 million in one day isn't just losing followers, that's a referendum. The Barbz defended her through everything, every controversy, every beef, every questionable decision. They were the last line of defense when the entire internet turned on her, and they left. That should tell you everything. These weren't casual fans. These were ride or dies who finally realized the person they were riding for didn't actually respect them. When your most loyal supporters become your loudest critics overnight, you didn't just mess up, you revealed who you really are.
Nicki Minaj is currently the most unfollowed person all across social media, and her fans are completely turning against her. So recently, Nicki Minaj has been saying and doing some very controversial things, and it's causing many of her fans to just completely unfollow her on every social media platform and no longer want to support her. Based on many reports I've seen, she's losing thousands of followers every single second, and in the past 2 days, she has lost over 10 million followers across every social media platform. To lose that many followers in just a short amount of time is truly unheard of, and it honestly sounds like it has to be some sort of world record or something like that. People are even going as far as to say that Nicki Minaj's career is completely over, and many fans are saying that they will never support Nicki Minaj ever again. So this is definitely a very wild situation, that is for sure. I'm really curious to know how Nicki Minaj is feeling right now. Maybe she really just doesn't even care, but I'm definitely really curious to know your thoughts about all of this.
Separate the art from the artist only works when the artist isn't actively using their platform to harm you. If you're LGBTQ and someone sides with people trying to erase your rights, you're supposed to keep streaming? Nah. Here's the thing about betrayal. It's not about disagreement. It's about abandonment. Nicki didn't just change her politics. She aligned with people who want her own fan base to not exist. That's not forgivable. That's final.
Pray for Nicki Minaj, y'all. because they definitely out to get her. Y'all know the rant she been going on? It wasn't for no reason. And y'all know who she mainly going up against, right? I know y'all gonna say Cardi, but no. Who's the head of the snake over at Rock Nation? Put it down in the comments. Y'all, read these posts that Nicki Minaj put out.
I've been seeing a lot of videos where people are like, was Nicki Minaj being a bad person in A, B, and C ways not good enough for you to stop supporting her? And the thing is that it was. The whole reason why she even switched to that other side is because she no longer felt welcomed by the Barbz. Rightfully so, but the Barbz have literally been calling her out for her bad behavior for a really long time. And like, I know a lot, like, I feel like a lot of you probably relate to this. Like, I used to be a Nicki Minaj fan. I'm no longer. I've tried to give her benefit of the doubt at times. She's proved me wrong every time, so I don't. But it's just like, people aren't surprised that she's a bad person. People are surprised that she retaliated against her fans for calling her out for her bad behavior.
Wait, hold up. Let me make sure I understand this correctly. Her fans spent years trying to hold her accountable. They didn't cancel her. They criticized her because they loved her and wanted better from her. That's not hate, that's investment. And her response? You know what? Since you're criticizing me, I'm gonna go join the people who actually oppose everything you stand for. That's not standing on principle. That's spite. When everyone around you says you're heading the wrong direction, and instead of reflecting, you find new people who cheer you on, you're not growing, you're running. And here's what happens when you run from accountability. Eventually, you run out of people willing to chase you. The Barbz gave her chance after chance, and she burned every single one.
The hypocrisy is crazy. Like, people are mad at, oh, look, man, like, we need Nicki deported. She's supporting Trump. We need her out of here. Yeah, but you had no problem, like criticizing Trump for deporting people who was here illegally anyway. And you understand, man, Nicki's been in the country for over, 30 years? Like, she's been one of the most successful artists of all time, paying her taxes. Like, never got in trouble with the law. Like, in the last 20 years. And now you want her out the country because she agrees with Trump on something. The hypocrisy is crazy. It's crazy, man. Like, people will bend and shift the rules all day for the people that they like and don't like. Like, it's no type of consistency. No type of consistency, man.
Look, both sides have a point here, and that's what makes it complicated. Yes, calling for deportation because you disagree politically is hypocritical if you oppose deportations in general. You can't be anti-deportation until it's convenient. But also, she literally stood with people whose policies include mass deportations of immigrants just like her. She sided with an administration actively separating families, people from her community. So when people say, deport her, most aren't serious. They're highlighting the irony, like, you support this for everyone else, but you're exempt? It's performative, sure, but it's showing her what her own politics look like when applied to her. That's not hypocrisy. That's a mirror.
Joe Budden saying that he cutting her off. You got a couple of other celebrities that's pissed off that she went on that Amfest. I don't know how Nicki thought this shit was going to turn out, but I know for a fact she didn't think that these things were going to happen this rapidly. Now, whatever reason she linked up with Erica Kirk for, she probably thought it was a good idea to do that. But she didn't think that shit was going to play out like this. I've never seen a point where the whole internet is going wild on Nicki. Then she has a couple of clips that's floating around from that shit, and it's just, Nicki. She called J.D. Vance an assassin. Got quiet. Called Donald Trump handsome. A lot of people were saying that she shouldn't have went up there due to the fact that Turning Point USA don't mess with people. Hold on, let me say that again. A lot of people were saying that she shouldn't have went up there because Turning Point USA don't mess with people. Maybe Nicki needs some help, man. Man. Check on Nicki, man. 10 million followers, one day, that's... Check on Nicki, man. I'm out.
Something isn't adding up, and we need to say it. You don't go from paying fans tuitions to standing with people who defund education. You don't go from be yourself to supporting anti-LGBTQ legislation. You don't champion immigrants, then side with mass deportation policies. Not unless something fundamental shifted. Now, I'm not diagnosing anyone, but when behavior contradicts everything someone built their career on, that's usually a sign something deeper is happening, whether it's mental health, bad influences, or desperation for relevance. But here's the reality. Explanation isn't excuse. You can be struggling and still be accountable. accountable. Those coexist. For anyone watching with any kind of platform, even in your friend group, ask yourself, am I doing this because I believe it or because I'm hurt? Decisions made from spite always become regrets.
Nicki Minaj's downfall was literally captured in 4K HD, high res. Okay? She literally stated in an audience full of MAGA supporters, right-wing supporters, extreme right-winged supporters, that moment being in front of them meant more to her than anything else that she's ever accomplished in her life, in her career. MAGA officially means more to Nicki Minaj than the Barbz. For the last 15 years, Nicki Minaj has been telling her fan base to never give up on education, to never ever stop chasing higher education, only to go inside with the side that's literally defunding education. She went from paying her Barbz tuitions, okay? I'm talking about nursing school, you understand, medical school. She went from paying for you guys' tuition to now offering her platform, her very, very valuable platform, to an administration that is literally destroying American public school systems. The LGBTQ plus community. She told y'all to never stop being who you were, to live in your truth, to stay true to who you are and stay on these bitches' necks, only for her to get on a couch and nationally state to all of you that it's okay to be a boy. As an immigrant who has a lot of immigrant supporters, the Caribbean fucked with her heavy just because she was from the Caribbean, okay? She's now sided with an administration that is literally actively carrying out the most inhumane deportation policy in American history. And she's still a Trinidadian citizen. She's still an immigrant. During the shutdown, the government shutdown, the federal government shutdown, she told the Democrats to stay firm. She tweeted, "Stand strong. The people need you. America needs you." And now, in front of an audience full of MAGA supporters, literally people who hate the entire, almost 95% of her fan base, okay?
This is the part that broke people. She didn't just show up to an event. She said that moment, standing in front of those people, meant more than 15 years of music, more than the Barbz, more than everything they built together. She literally told her fans, "You matter less to me than these strangers." That's not politics. That's abandonment. And let's be clear, politics aren't abstract when they affect real lives. Supporting policies that threaten people's safety, rights, and existence isn't just an opinion. It's active harm. Here's the truth for anyone building something. Your audience isn't numbers. They're real people who invested emotionally in you. Nicki had one of the most loyal fan bases in music, and she traded it for applause from people who'll forget her name next month. That's not business. That's self-destruction.
Literally said that nothing that she's ever accomplished compares, right? It didn't mean as much as this. Those were her words exactly. It didn't mean as much as this, as that moment on Turning Point. Ariana Grande unfollowed her. Amber Rose started defending her. I've never been a Barb, although I can always give credit where it's due as far as her talent. But for the Barbz, I actually feel bad for you guys. I actually feel bad for you. Because this is one of the worst ways for you to realize the person that you thought, you understand, spoke to a certain point in your life or helped you get through certain areas, hardships in your life. The music was just the music. I fear she is not the person who you thought she was.
Somebody started a petition on change.org to deport Nicki Minaj, and their name is Petition Minaj. Then they put 16 of her husband's mugshots on there, currently waiting on ICE, the military, and the FBI to respond, and the White House secretary. Today alone, 19,808 people signed the petition. In total, there's 31,877 people that signed. This petition been out since June. Everybody's just now signing it. Yeah, they trying to deport Nicki Minaj. I know she pissed everybody off. I ain't a Nicki Minaj fan. Don't come for me. Never liked her music. Her music, she don't even make no sense. But we ain't got to deport her, y'all. Y'all taking it too far. Damn. But her husband need to be registered somewhere because I heard he ain't even registered. That's completely illegal. But y'all trying to throw the girl completely out of America. This can't even go with her. He can't even leave the U.S. He supposed to be registered. He not even supposed to be running around with her unregistered. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this in the comments. Damn. I don't want to ever piss off nobody on TikTok. Damn, y'all something else.
Should she actually be deported? No, that's absurd. She's been here legally for decades. But do I understand the petition? Completely. It's called Taste Your Own Medicine. She supported policies that would deport people exactly like her. So fans created a petition showing what those policies look like when you're the target. It's satire. It's pointing out hypocrisy. Now, is it petty? Sure. But when you support harm against others, don't be shocked when that energy circles back. And to people saying this is too much, where was that energy when those policies targeted regular people without millions to protect them? The petition is a mirror. She just doesn't like the reflection.
Hey, what do you guys think about Nicki Minaj being canceled? Okay, so basically for those of you who don't know what happened to Nicki Minaj, she basically lost 10 million followers on most of her platforms because she said in an interview that she supports Trump. And I wonder what you guys think of this because allegedly she was offered $1 million to say that. So some people are kind of like, oh, if I was Nicki, I'd do that too because it's $1 million. Personally, like, Nicki shouldn't have done that because she knows that most of her community, like most of her fan base, is from the LGBTQ community and, you know, the black community because... Don't get me wrong, I low-key love starships, but yeah, what do you guys think of this? And honestly, I think it was a really stupid move of her to make. If I was offered $1 million to say I support Trump, I would do it, because I'm a nobody, okay? And, okay, but first of all, I don't support Trump, but Nicki saying that is just really stupid. Especially considering her fan base. And she could have definitely earned so much more money if she didn't say that. Like, but what are your thoughts?
Many celebrities have reacted to the viral Nicki Minaj petition. First up, Kelly Rowland said, "I'm just so disappointed in her." Next, Lil Kim said, "Oops." Next, Lala Anthony said, "She's done." Next, Cardi B put a suspicious eyes emoji. And finally, Tina Knowles said she could have been the best. A petition calling for Nicki Minaj to be removed has gone crazy online and is gaining attention faster than anyone expected. The petition demands that Nicki make a return to Trinidad and has gone viral within just a few hours. The page quickly passed 3,000 signatures and continues to rise as screenshots circulate across social media. Many people were shocked by how quickly the petition gained traction. The petition claims Nicki has been acting erratically in recent public moments. Another section of the petition brings up Nicki's past comments about how she first arrived in New York. Those statements are now being reshared by people supporting the petition. The petition also focuses on Nicki's personal choices and who she stands beside publicly. It argues that her influence carries responsibility and says her behavior has crossed social boundaries. Supporters say removal would keep others in a better place and make things better. Others online say the petition goes too far. Some argue it relies on opinion rather than facts and should not be taken seriously. But before you go, I want to know, do you think people signing this petition is a mean thing to do?
Is it mean? Compared to what? Compared to policies that separate families? Compared to supporting people who criminalize LGBTQ existence? The petition isn't the cruelty, it's the response to cruelty. And Nicki will be fine. She's rich, famous, protected. But the people affected by policies she supported, they have no safety net, no platform, no voice. So when we talk about too far, let's remember who actually has power and who's actually at risk. Don't let celebrity drama distract from real harm. Hold her accountable, yes, but also support communities actually being hurt by these policies.
Wait, hold on. I want you to stick around for just a couple of minutes. This video is going to be super short, so please don't just like and scroll because that tells the algorithm my video isn't important and gets it shut down. Please go up into the search bar, search for this topic, tell me all about it in the comment section, make the algorithm think that that's what we're talking about. This is 13-year-old Habiba from Gaza. And this right here is her story. Please pause to read. As you can clearly see, Habiba is struggling very hard to keep herself and her family alive, so please go to the link in her bio, give anything you can. If you cannot directly donate, please press all the buttons you see on the screen, interact with this video, make sure that her story gets out to as many people as possible. And if you watched all the way to the end, thank you very much. Happy scrolling.
So what did we learn? Fame doesn't make you immune. Your platform carries responsibility, and the people who love you don't owe you loyalty when you betray everything you claim to stand for. Nicki had it all, and she threw it away for applause from people who'll never care about her like the Barbz did. That's not politics. That's poor judgment. To the Barbz hurting right now, you did the right thing. You set a boundary. That takes real strength. And to Nicki, it's not too late to reflect, to apologize, to change. But that requires humility. And based on these past few days, that might be the one thing she won't give. Drop a comment. Can she come back from this, or is it over? If this helped clarify things, hit like, share, and subscribe, because accountability isn't cancel culture. It's just consequences. Thanks for watching. See you next time.